In our busy world where noise and chatter are always present, the art of silence has been lost. But what if the times we decide not to speak had as much power as when we do? How often do we stop to think about what our silence means? Stoicism is an ancient idea that helps people learn to control their emotions and thoughts. It's a good way to know when to speak. Zeno, the father of Stoicism, said that it is better to stumble with your feet than with your tongue. This wise saying makes me think of a simple question. How many times have we felt bad for saying something in haste or out of anger? Stoicism not only tells us not to do things, but also tells us to use silence as a tool for growth and peace. Imagine facing life's challenges, knowing that your silence speaks louder than any word. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start this transformative journey together. Stoic philosophy teaches that silence is not simply not speaking. It is a deeply felt and carefully chosen response. It is an active and powerful force, a plan that can help us understand ourselves, resolve disputes, and keep us safe. But when should we embrace silence? Together, as we delve into these lessons, we will discover 9 key moments where choosing silence is not only wise, but life-changing. Think about how stubborn silence could change the way you deal with others and your own mental health. What if you could end a heated argument with calm and careful silence instead of angry words? What could a quiet pause mean? It will help you talk about what you feel and think. Join us as we explore the difficult moments to be silent and let ourselves be guided by the wisdom of Stoicism. Are you ready to learn more about the deep wisdom of Stoicism? Number 1. When you are unfairly criticized. Stoic philosophy says that being unfairly criticized is a unique opportunity to strengthen yourself and show integrity. These are the key ideas of this ancient wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the king, once said that if something outside of you bothers you, it is not the thing itself that harms you, but the way you think about it. He also said that you can always change the way you think about something. Thinking about this, how could changing your perspective on criticism make you stronger? Can you think of an occasion when staying calm in the face of unfair criticism changed the outcome? For example, if you are in charge of a project at work and your boss harshly criticizes it, a Stoic response would be to calmly analyze the comments and find useful ideas, ignoring any negative information not based on facts. Epictetus said that if you do things this way, you will not only maintain peace, but also your professional honor. Don't talk about your theory, live it. To live according to philosophy, you must respond calmly, with well-thought-out responses, instead of defensively. If someone unfairly criticizes you, you should not react. This is not just something passive, it is something intelligent. If you want to follow the Stoic advice and focus on what you can control, your responses and attitudes, this silent strength turns a potential conflict into a demonstration of your personal strength and commitment. As you go through the difficult moments in life, think about how silence can help you and what might happen if you choose to be silent or speak impulsively. How could this practice not only make you feel better, but also affect those around you? By applying Stoic principles to our daily lives, especially when we are unfairly criticized, we align with a philosophy that values strength of character over temporary approval from others. This fosters personal growth and encourages others to do the same, which is especially important in today's world, where boasting and self-promotion often drown out humility. Stoicism says to be open to silence, and the wise do not waste time arguing about how to be a good man. They simply are. In light of this, Think about how silence in response to bragging can turn an ego-driven space into one for self-reflection and growth. In life, there will always be criticism, and it can be a good way to learn and improve. But criticism is not always fair, even when it is meant to hurt someone. When this happens, it can be difficult to stay calm and do the right thing. Stoicism is an idea that has its roots in ancient Greece. The Stoic ideas about how to handle rude criticism with class and grace never go out of style. Bad things can serve to make people stronger and better. The Stoic principle says that the way you respond to things is more important than what they are. Think about what to say before speaking when someone unfairly criticizes you. This will help you avoid acting impulsively and give you time to calm down without getting angry. As the Stoic said, shake off the criticism. You are in charge of your mind, not the outside world. Be aware of this, and you will be strong. Aristotle said, "If someone can prove to me and show me that I think and act wrongly, I will change it gladly, for I seek the truth." This is what Marcus Aurelius meant by unfair criticism. It only shows how the critic feels or thinks, not how good you are or what you can do. You can see criticism more clearly if you separate it from who you are. If you do this, even the most unjust opinion may have some truth. Check if there is any useful comment hidden in the injustice. A wise person once said, "Use this as an opportunity to improve and get rid of unnecessary negative thoughts." Investigate what you say before saying it. If someone wrongly criticizes you, stay calm and be polite. This shows that you are strong and in control, and it also prevents things from getting worse. Often, it is better to give a cold response because it shows that you are an adult who cares about your own growth. If you want to be a good man, don't waste time fighting over what that means. Stop focusing on unfair criticism and direct your attention to your goals and personal growth. If you focus on your own growth and ideals, you will be able to rise above the bad things that happen and move forward on your path. Facing unfair criticism can be tough, but if you follow Stoic principles, you can use these moments to grow and become stronger. Remember to take a moment to think. Separate the criticism from your own worth. Look for any grain of truth and respond with calm and respect. This way, you remain true to the Stoic ideal of staying calm and strong inside, even when things are difficult outside. Number 2. Stoic silence amid boasting. Suppose you are at a networking event and a colleague is overly proud of their recent raises and luxurious lifestyle. You may want to counter their arrogance with your own achievements. Stoicism shows us the importance of restraint. If you remain silent, you can stay calm and let others' words show who they are. This way, you can save your energy for deeper conversations. This way, you not only keep your honor intact, but also give the impression that you are proud of what you have done and do not need anyone's approval. Silence is not a sign of passivity. It is a sign of strategic silence, which means you know what you are talking about and are confident in yourself. Another way to avoid being outdone by greater benefits. Stoicism says you should not return a benefit with another, but with many at once. In real life, this means not responding to empty boasts with words, but with the quiet grace of your actions and the quality of your character. How often do you respond to someone else's success story with your own? What if you chose to listen attentively, acknowledging their achievements with a nod or a smile, while keeping your focus on your own virtues and goals? Staying calm amid boasting is a way to live a life not based on competition, but on inner happiness and success. It provides an environment where people can thrive in peace and success based on their genuine self-esteem and not comparisons. Reflect on this lesson and use what you have learned in your daily life. How could silence improve your relationships and your life? Please write your thoughts and stories below, and let's work together to make others' lives happier, more peaceful, and more effective. Number 3. When it comes to anger. Some people say that being angry is like being in a wild storm that can sweep away all sense and calm. But in the middle of this storm, Stoic philosophy offers a safe place to be, a moment of silence that helps us deal with these strong emotions. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, said that we should be silent most of the time and speak only when necessary. Now imagine a workday when a colleague's mistake causes you extra hours of work. Your first instinct may be to react with anger, but what if you chose silence? By not reacting with anger, you give yourself time to think about the situation more objectively. This pause can prevent the conflict from worsening and lead to constructive solutions instead of heated arguments. How many times have you acted quickly out of anger and wondered what would have changed if you had taken a moment to calm down before speaking? Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic, wrote books with advice on what happens after someone gets angry. This makes us think about what happens after losing our temper. Most of the time, what happens after losing our temper is worse than what made us angry in the first place. Nelson Mandela was a famous leader who, despite being imprisoned for years, chose to forgive his oppressors instead of getting angry. This decision not only improved his own life, but also led to reconciliation in his country. For example, choosing silence when you are angry does not mean hiding your feelings. It means choosing a response that aligns with your best self. This practice not only benefits your own peace, but also leads to better relationships and a more successful life. As you face the inevitable frustrations of daily life, remember that silence can be your sanctuary, a place where wisdom reigns. Embrace it, and you may find that the silent response is not only the deepest, but also the strongest. Focusing on self-control is a good way to learn to control anger in Stoicism. You can figure out the cause with clear thinking and mental peace. You should identify your triggers to figure out what makes you angry. Is it a person, a place, or an event? Think about yourself when things really bother you, and think about why. Our ideas and assumptions about things often play a big role in how well we accept them. You cannot change the things that happen in the outside world, but you can change how you handle them. Practice mindfulness. Focus on the present instead of worrying about the past or future. Do deep breathing exercises to calm your mind and body. When you are angry, pause and think before speaking. Think about what will happen if you do something. Change your perspective to show empathy. Try to see things from the other person's point of view. Seeing things from their perspective can also help you feel less angry. Change the way you see it. Think about how a Stoic philosopher would see it. Would they think it is important or unimportant? Focus on solutions instead of obsessing over the problem. Think of good ways to handle it. Strengthen your emotions. Learn to control yourself and remind yourself that you can decide how to respond. Have patience and self-control. Learn to separate your emotions from what is happening. Step back and look at them without your own biases. This will help you feel better inside. Exercise, write in a journal, or meditate. All these things can help you deal with your feelings. Manage your anger in a good way. Instead of getting angry, use your energy to do something. Do things that help you, like going to the gym or making art. Be patient and grow. When you are angry, use it as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and change how you react in the future. Speak well. Talk about how you feel without being hostile or angry. Getting to the bottom of your anger by practicing mindfulness and changing your perspective can turn it into a good force that helps you and your relationships. Strengthen your mind and learn to manage your anger in a healthy way. Stick to what Stoicism says if you want to find peace within yourself and live a healthy and peaceful life. Number 4. Silence amid unfounded rumors. Stories spread quickly when people talk to each other. If these rumors are not true, they can hurt people and complicate things. Stoicism gives us a strong response: to be silent. For example, there was a teacher in a small town who was unfairly accused of misconduct. When the rumors spread through the community, the teacher did not escalate the tension by denying or explaining what happened. Instead, she stood firm in her honesty and integrity. This silence is not a passive way of giving up. It is a wise choice. Marcus Aurelius said that you can only control your thoughts, not what happens in the outside world. Know this, and you will be strong. Sometimes we have seen that sharp words make things worse. How can staying silent protect you from false accusations? By saying nothing, the teacher let the initial excitement of the community die down. As time passed and no new evidence came to light, the truth became her defense. Stoics believe you should think about the things you can change, like your reactions and actions, instead of the things you cannot change, like the spread of stories. Epictetus once said that if someone says something bad about you, you should always congratulate them. This counterintuitive approach asserts that responding to negativity with positivity, or in this case with silence, can stop and change the course of unproductive interactions. In your own life, think about how important it is not to respond to stories until the storm passes. Remember that living according to the standard is the best way to maintain peace and a good name. When things like this happen, you do not preach by fighting every word. Staying silent is not just a way to keep yourself safe, it is also a way to show that you follow Stoic principles. So, as you face problems in your relationships and business, let Stoic silence guide you through the chaos of false information. Number 5. How to deal with loss. How do you handle the complete silence that follows a great loss? People often feel sad and confused after losing a loved one, but Stoicism has a unique way of dealing with grief. For example, C.S. Lewis, a famous author who wrote about his grief after losing his wife in the book A Grief Observed, says, "The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before." This is a very Stoic way of thinking. Stoics believe that our experiences are part of a larger natural flow of life, and that loss and love will always go hand in hand. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, says that the day you think will be your last is actually the birthday of eternity. What could you do differently if you saw loss as a change instead of an end? What would you gain if you allowed yourself to feel the silence that comes after a loss? After the death of his wife, Lewis did not try to fill the silence with explanations or other things to do. Instead, he used it to reflect deeply on his feelings and thoughts, showing the Stoic belief that difficulties can serve to make you stronger. Keeping your mind calm can help someone deal with deep emotional pain and turn it into a deep understanding of how fragile life is. Staying calm is not a way to hide or ignore what happened. It is a way to give yourself time to calm down, think, and move on. Find meaning beyond the pain you feel right now. This means letting your feelings run their course without ending them prematurely. Reflective silence can help you deal with grief in the future by making you think about how you have dealt with losses in the past. How could this method change your healing and that of those around you? Please share your thoughts and experiences with loss and how Stoic practices may have changed your path. What lessons have you learned, and how has silence helped you improve? In the comments, let's talk about it and improve together. Death is one of the hardest things to deal with. It is difficult to be sad and grieving when you lose something important in your life, like a loved one, a job, or a great opportunity. Stoicism is an ancient idea first introduced by Zeno of Citium in Athens. Classic advice for dealing with these tough times. Even though we have lost something very important, staying calm and being strong can help us get through it. Understand and accept how you feel. It is important to know and accept how you feel after losing someone. Stoicism teaches us that it is okay to feel things when bad things happen in life. One thing you can do is allow yourself to cry and feel the pain without blaming yourself. It can help to write in a journal or talk to a trusted friend about how you feel. The Stoic theory says that we should let go of the things we cannot change and focus on the things we can. To put it into practice, find out what you can change, for example, how you deal with the loss, and let go of the things you cannot change. See loss as an opportunity to improve. Socrates thinks that every problem can be used as an opportunity to learn and improve. For example, if you lose something, think about what you can learn from it that will make you smarter or kinder. First step, be thankful. It can help you stop thinking about what you have lost and start thinking about what you still have. Write down a few things you are grateful for every day. This can help you see things differently and calm down. Seek help and join a group. It is important to have a group and help each other in difficult times. As Stoicism says, talk to family, friends, or support groups. You can feel better and less alone when you talk about your problems with other people. Dealing with a loss is never easy, but Stoic ideas can help us be strong and resilient. Recognizing our feelings, focusing on what we can control, and changing our perspective can help us heal and grow if we choose to use them. Be grateful and ask for help. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "mind over body" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Number 6. Navigating ignorance with Stoic grace. Have you ever met someone whose actions show they do not understand, but whose opinion is as firm as if they were an expert? This is a good time to practice patience, even if it is difficult. Galileo, the famous scientist who promoted heliocentrism at a time when most people believed in geocentrism, is a great example of how to deal with ignorance. He faced fierce opposition and was even placed under house arrest for it. Galileo held on to his honor and commitment to the truth, even when people wrongly accused him or were simply ignorant. Stoicism tells us that we can only change how we react, not what others do. During his time as Emperor of Rome and Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will be strong." Think about using this perspective the next time you deal with someone who is wrong. How could you change the way you react if you knew you could? Galileo's silence was not a sign of weakness. It was a firm declaration of his honesty and faith in what he had discovered. He knew that the truth does not need the support of words, but can stand firm on its own merits over time. This approach is similar to the Stoic idea of focusing on your own actions and accepting that others' beliefs are beyond your control. Being kind means knowing the limits of your power and choosing your battles carefully. It means being patient and understanding, even when things are frustrating. This practice not only leads to a peaceful and happy life, but also helps you see things from a broader perspective that focuses on respect and long-term success, rather than short-term vindication. Think about how silence can be an elegant reaction to stupidity in your own life. How could this method improve your relationships and your own health? Let Galileo's story inspire you to practice Stoic silence. turning potentially frustrating situations into opportunities for inner peace and personal growth. Number 7. How to handle rumors. Surely you have been the subject or object of many stories in your life. It is normal to feel uncomfortable when rumors grow louder as they circulate, but staying silent can change the situation. There was a community leader whose work to protect the environment led to false rumors about her personal gain. Instead of responding to each rumor, she kept her focus on her work, remembering Marcus Aurelius's words, "The best revenge is not to be like the one who did the harm." This leader's decision to remain silent and continue her advocacy made her actions speak louder than any rumor. Her behavior demonstrates an important idea. We are the ones who let external events bother us. How would your life be if you ignored stories and stayed silent? Epictetus tells us to get over it if it is a lie. What strength would you gain by choosing not to explain and continuing on your path if someone says bad things about you and it is true? This wise leader not only maintained peace, but also told her people to laugh at the lies to overcome them. People who did not believe in her slowly lost faith, but her calm attitude and unwavering dedication showed that peace and tranquility can help you maintain self-respect. This story shows how Stoicism can be used, demonstrating how our responses to false information can fuel or extinguish the fire. It also shows that silence is not a passive option, but an active and powerful way to let our lives and results show what kind of person we are. When you hear rumors, think of this approach. How can Stoic silence help you stay calm and focused? How can it change how people see you over time? Please share your thoughts and experiences on how to handle rumors in the area below. What have you learned from these events, and how has silence helped you overcome them? Someone might use your thoughts to reach where they want to be. Rumors can damage your reputation, cause a lot of stress, and make things more confusing. It is important to find effective ways to handle gossip in this fast-paced world. Stoic philosophy has timeless lessons that teach us to stay calm when we have problems. We must remain calm and rational when you hear stories. It is important that you control your emotions. If you react quickly or forcefully, you can make things worse and give more weight to the stories. Instead, try to control your emotions and analyze the problem without bias before responding. Take a deep breath and tell yourself that what others think does not define your worth. To stay relaxed, do things that help you relax, like mindfulness or meditation. Clarify things and find out the truth. Many stories start with unclear ideas or facts. Do not believe them literally. Instead, find out the truth. Look for reliable sources and correct information to learn more about the story. Talk to people you trust who can give you more details. Before making a decision, ask questions and look for evidence. This will help you act based on facts and not assumptions. Plan what you are going to do before you do it. The way you respond to a story can greatly influence its veracity. If you act without thinking, you can make a mistake and spread the story even more. Instead, act carefully and with a plan. If you have to respond to a rumor, do so calmly and precisely. Sometimes it is better to stay silent or speak slowly. Pay attention to your actions and personality. The best way to combat false rumors is to show that you are a good person over time. Be honest and show what kind of person you are by doing good things in everything you do. The more you act the same way over time, the less likely false stories will be true. Socrates says to let go of the things you cannot change and focus on the things you can. It does not matter what others think. The second group is the stories and thoughts of others about you. Remember that you cannot change what others say or think. Focus on what you do and how you think. Love yourself and believe in your values, no matter what others say. With Stoic ideas like controlling your feelings, finding the truth, and acting wisely, you can face rumors in a balanced and reasonable way. If you stay true to yourself and do not care what others think, you will be able to handle the problems that stories cause with poise and strength, protecting your honor and peace of mind. Number 8. In the face of injustice. Stoic philosophy teaches us to face life's problems with justice and inner strength. This is especially important when we have to face injustice. Epicurus, a wise man, said, "Bear and endure." This maxim tells us not to complain in difficult times and to forgive others for their mistakes. This theory became very clear when Nelson Mandela fought against racism in South Africa. Although Mandela spent a lot of time in prison and could have been angry, he emerged as an advocate for peace and unity, showing deep strength. Mandela not only did not sit idly by in the face of injustice, but chose to work for healing and unity instead of seeking revenge. This choice demonstrates a key Stoic principle. We have more power when we decide how to respond to things that happen in the outside world. What would happen in our own lives if we did what Mandela did when bad things happened to us? Could we choose to be understanding and kind, even when it seems impossible? By saying nothing when bad things happen, Marcus Aurelius said in his writings that the best way to get revenge on someone who has wronged you is not to be like them and not to get into a fight. Instead, he said to build a spirit of healing and looking forward. An entire country changed its way of thinking about justice and peace thanks to Mandela. His life shows us that silence is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful tool for change and a sign of personal integrity. This Stoic way of thinking does not mean passively accepting injustice, but involves strategic and principled silence that prepares us for positive action. It is about maintaining peace and using calmness to find considered solutions that address injustices and help everyone move forward toward a better future. Let us remember Mandela's silent strength when we face small and large injustices. His legacy shows us that the deepest reaction can come from stillness, helping us lay the groundwork to adopt it. This can lead to significant change and a better, more successful life. It can also help with personal and community problems. Conflict makes our life more peaceful. Everyone has to face unjust situations at some point. If you want to be a Stoic, you must do so with calm and knowledge. Ideas from Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus can help you know how to handle unjust situations. By keeping our attention on what we can manage, they emphasize staying calm and responding with logic. Do not lose your temper and pay attention to your inner state. Marcus Aurelius says that you must stay calm no matter what happens around you. To do this, you can do things like deep breathing to keep your feelings under control. Be mindful, and you can only change your way of responding to others' actions. Accept what you cannot change. Think about what you are going to do before you do it. Think about what you should do next. The best thing you can do is try to understand what happened and figure out why it was unjust. This can help make things easier and may even lead to a way to solve the problem. Do not take revenge. Taking revenge on people out of anger or hatred only makes things worse. Try to react calmly and reasonably. Think about your values. No matter what happens, always stick to your principles. Let your actions be based on your fundamental beliefs and principles, being morally honest. Ensure your response is moral and supports your honor. Show others how to face injustice with honor and respect by how you act. Look for answers that help you think. Think about how to solve the problem instead of focusing on it. Face the situation with the goal of communicating how to improve it. If you want to find a just answer, talk openly and honestly with the people involved. If you can, try to introduce systemic changes that address the root of the unjust situation. Take a moment to reflect on what happened and what you can learn from it. Grow as a person. Think of it as an opportunity to become a better person and stronger for the future. Prepare yourself. Learn the skills and facts you need to handle similar situations better in the future. Remember to stay calm, act with clarity, and be true to your ideal. Look for useful solutions and learn from the experience. When you face an injustice, if you follow these Stoic rules, you can handle unjust situations with honesty and kindness, turning them into opportunities to grow and make things better. Number 9. How to handle insults with Stoic wisdom. If someone can provoke you, you must understand that your mind is involved in the provocation, said Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher. This maxim should wake us up every time someone insults us, and also gives us a profound way to deal with insults if we want to know how to respond. This idea tells us that we should remain silent and understand instead of getting angry. People insulted and fought against Mahatma Gandhi in his struggle for India's independence, but he did not respond with anger or insults. Instead, he chose to be silent and understand. Gandhi thought of a higher, pacifist way of life that is similar to the Stoic way of life. As a result of remaining silent in the face of physical and verbal attacks, Gandhi's enemies were often less dangerous, and the public rallied to his cause. How could changing your way of interacting with others if you adopt a similar stance when insulted? What would you gain by remaining calm instead of responding with words? When someone attacks you, you give yourself room to act with determination instead of impulsivity. This exercise of severity not only helps you stay calm, but also makes you seem a better leader than others. Marcus Aurelius said, "The results of anger and grief are much worse than the things that made us feel that way." As you continue with your daily life, think about this. What could this severe silence do for your life? Could it be the key to a better and more successful life? How could your actions change the way other people see problems? We have examined the 9 most important moments to recognize in conclusion, to find peace and understanding. Stoic advice has shown us how to face words and loss in silence. In honor of the wise words of Marcus Aurelius, let us practice the profound power that can be found in silence, choosing when to speak and when to listen. This will help us live a peaceful, happy, and kind life. Do not hesitate to use these Stoic principles in your daily conversations, and you will see how the power of reflective silence can change your life for the better. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.